Hi all, welcome to my channel, welcome to my world. This is the world away. Today I'm going to do something slightly different. We're not working on a part work or a big scale model today, although it is a big model. We're going to be working on the Stirling Kit world's first automobile. World's first automobile, which actually is dated 1886, and this is going to be pretty impressive because I've built some Stirling Kit stuff before. It's all metal, it's really high quality stuff as well. In fact, so good that what I've done is I've actually made a start of this on my members stream, and what I'm doing today is I've actually edited the members stream. When I filmed this, I only filmed it on one camera, but I did have all my other cameras going as well. So now I've edited it all together and changed all the cameras so you get to see what we've done. And I've actually done a bit more of this than what you see at the end of the video. But this is an absolutely brilliant model. And I do like the Stirling Kit stuff. Now, Stirling Kit did send this to me. Okay, so I want to be perfectly transparent. They did send this to me because they know how much I like building them. So I thought, why don't we build this? If you want to get this for yourself, I have put a link in the video description. So check out that video description. I believe you might get some discount if you use that link code as well that's down there. But without further ado, let's get cracking. And this is what this is looking like. Now, I haven't opened this at all. So this will be the first time we're going to do it. Now, it does say ages 16 plus. So I'm kind of hoping that's going to be up for me. It doesn't say how many pieces this is though, does it? So there's some vacuum on it. I can't open it. Here we go. Here we go. There you go. Wow. Okay. What have we got? Well, we got, by the look of it, a base. We've got the instructions. Oh, this is a diorama, is it? Are we making a diorama here? That could be interesting. Okay. And let's have a look at this. We've got this. No idea. Do we make windows with this? There's no windows on this thing. That's just a plastic cover, I think, to stop things falling out. They provided this, which is like a hex head screwdriver. This is pretty impressive, actually. 1.5 mil. This is all metal. I like this. It's a tool I haven't seen before. We've got chains. We've got circuit boards. Everything's numbered in these things here. So what I'm going to do is we'll put the trays at the back. So one there. Wow, look at them. Look at this. Nice. I love that. Okay, we've got a lead, a motor in there. Okay, that looks pretty cool. And then get this one out and turn that around there. And then finally, I've got this tray here, which has got all the screws in. I remember these builds now, looking like that. I forgot that we get all the screws. And then all the screws in here, and actually labelled on here, as you can see. Okay, so I'll keep them two out. We've got the smaller wheels, or a smaller wheel here. And that's the last tray. So, put that over there. So this is the instructions here. Now, this is from Teching and Stirling Kit. So obviously, instructions are in Chinese. I don't think... oh, they do. They've got the English side on here. And obviously a Chinese side here. So it's dual language, which is pretty handy. Telling us all the things that we're going to be assembling here. Now, I'm looking at this upside down at the moment. But to you, this is the complete right way round. So I'm guessing we're going to be starting with this here. I'm just having a look just through it quickly. I mean, the instructions do look okay. I think we're not going to have too much of an issue with the instructions. I'm hoping not. The chair looks good. I don't know how far we're going to get on this. But this is available through Stirling Kit. I have put a link on this video. But just for example, the first piece we're going to need is piece 63. And the good news is that these pieces are easy just to take out there. This is metal. But then when we want piece 130, I'm guessing we're going to have to look into these little trays here. Because it's such a small piece, I can't see it being anywhere else. Yep, look, 113. It says bearing 2.5 times 5 times 1.5. Okay, let's get this out. Which means you don't want to spill these everywhere. Because they're kept in with sponge. And I'm guessing it's one of these little bearings here. I'm going to put that back on. So this bearing's just going to be going in here like this. I'm going to get me tweezers out because obviously I want this to sit flat in here. And there you go. That's in there like that. So we've got the bearing in. And then I need number 64. I'm going to have to hold that up there because 64 is a rod. I do like the way they're laid out. It's quite easy, although that doesn't look like 64, I have to say. So that was 58 I picked up. Try that again. There you go. 64 is here, but we've got to add some things to the end of this, which is the longer side of the flat section faces down. So it needs to be that way. You've got a little threaded screw here, so the longer section's facing down. Once again, I need two little parts here. I need a 74, which is a steering gear, which looks kind of like, aha, I can see it, that. And I also need 146, which I don't know what that is. It looks like a nut, but it's not in that one. Let's look again. 146 is in this one, and it's kind of like a locking nut, which I'm guessing is that one there. Okay. Once again, I'm just double checking that I've got the right side on here. We want the longer side facing down, so it should be that way. Okay. So we're going to be putting one end on this, and it goes all the way up there, and I'm going to be putting a locking nut at the ends just here. And I'm thinking that's that in place. Okay, so we're going to be putting these two parts together now. This is going to go through that bearing at the bottom, so it's coming out the top here, like that. And then at the top, we need another 130. I forgot how much I enjoy these builds, you know, which is another one of these bearings here, which is going to be going into the recess there, like that. Just pushing that down. And that's pretty much all we're going to do just on that bit at the moment. It's just left to its own devices there. Okay, put that to one side and take out piece 72. I'm guessing we're in here again. Yep, 72's here. So this is all part of the steering we're still working on here. So we want this red thing, and we want the knob looking like that. And I need something called 143, which is a hex nut again, like that. Right, how's this go? So we're going to be putting one side of this knob in here, and then the other side is going to have this hex nut in. Now, I don't think they have provided any wait a minute, 143, that doesn't look like 143. That was 146, that looks like. I need 143. Hang on a second. This is going to be a case of looking at these parts now, because that doesn't look like the parts that I got here. I think it's that part there that I need. I'm going to need my magnifying glasses as well. 1 second. Oh, by the way, I can't see anything. I've learnt that. I cannot see anything now. So you're going to get shocked on this on Tuesday, but I'm going to show it you now. I can't wear these glasses anymore, unfortunately. So I bought myself some really nerdy glasses, so now I wear these. These are my old man I can't see glasses. So, I can't see so much that I couldn't find my my magnifying glasses, which I also need at the moment. So check this out. Okay, so this little tiny thing here, we've got to try and get on here. But they haven't provided any spanners or anything, so I'm guessing we're just doing this hand tight. That's gone on absolutely lovely. And then I can see what's happening here now. So I'm holding this up from the bottom, putting that bearing all the way down, getting this over the top, which I'm guessing we're going to have to screw in here, are we? So that's going to be going on here, like that. And then this is going to hold everything into place, which is sort of like a locking nut on the top there. Now, do I have... I might have to just use my little pliers here. Let's use these. Stand by. I don't think I've got... I mean, I've got this, but I think that's way too big. Yeah, it is. So I'm going to try and do this with these. Just to get that in quite tight. Okay, I'm going to leave it just there for now then, because I'm guessing this is going to actually hang down here for a steering rack to engage into it. At least I'm hoping that is. But interestingly, this is how it's going to steer, like this. Pretty impressive. Okay, we're going to need part 81, which again I think is part of these little things here. Let's have a look. Seems like most of the parts that look quite big aren't actually big at all. We've got a bell housing, which is this. Looking like that. Very tiny parts. 130, which is a... Is it another bearing? Yeah, it's another bearing. Which is one of those small bearings again, I think. There you go. It says total 4 sets. Oh, actually, I think we need 4 of these then. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4. That one looks smaller. Let me take that one out. Hang on a second. 4. Excellent. The bearing's going to be going inside here. I just want to make sure I've got the right size bearing. Yep, that's fitting perfectly in there. So I'm going to need 4 more of those, or 3 more of those. 1, 2, and 3. It's much easier when you can see this, you know. I've known my eyesight's been getting bad for ages. So, 4 of those are done. I'm going to need a 67, which has to be here. There you go. It's this thing here, I'm guessing. Nice. Okay, so one end's going to go in here. And it fits all the way down, like that. The other end is going to be the same on this side. And again, push that all the way down. So we've got this. Then we're going to be using 53. Have we got that? 53, I'm guessing, is in one of these. Okay, I'm looking for 53. Stand by. There it is, 53. Again, this is a metal machined part, this is. Look at that. That's pretty impressive, I have to say. This is going to be going into the shorter end here. So this is going to be going in here. Somehow. Let me... Oh, there is a way it goes. There we go. It's got like a D-shaped pattern in it. So that goes in there. And then we're going to need 33, which is in here. Let's get that out. This is the... God, this is great. I like how this is all together. Stand by. Look at this. Which is what we're going to be mounting this to. And it's going to be this way round. And basically this is going to be sitting, let's get this right, on top here and here. But I'm going to secure that down with some screws, which are 137. And I've got this funny feeling that these screws, yep, are what this screwdriver's for. As you can see, it's got like a little hex head in it. I don't think it can be magnetized. I'm going to try and magnetize this up and see what happens. There you go. Don't know if the screws are metal. No, they're not. So that's going to make things hard straight away. Let's get this into place. So I'm going to have to kind of put a screw in. Keep a steady hand to be able to screw that in. Nice. And we're going to need 2 here first. Again, I'm trying to get that in straight. There we go. Perfect. That's the second one in. And then for some reason, They only want me to put one in here. Just one screw to hold this in. So stand by while I just get this screw in. I've got no idea why it's just one screw. Not the easiest thing I'm going to do today, that's for sure. If I can hold that there, I might be able to wiggle this into where it goes. Perfect. And we've got that one in there as well. But as I said, they don't want us to put one in here. Why is that? Unless something else goes in there. As a matter of fact, there is a reason why. Because there's actually no way for it to be held in there. So that's why they've kept that out. Okay, so now we want 68, which is another little pipe, which I'm just trying to find. It's actually a lot smaller, this one. We've got 68 and 69, so they are slightly different. Just going to look at both of these. Stand by. Which one is it we want? I'm going to go with that one. I think it might be that one. And we're doing pretty much the same thing. Okay, so one in there. The other side is going in here. Which again is being difficult. There you go. That's in, that's in. And then this is going to be going on the other side of what we've just put in. So it's going to go through here to connect those parts up, and then this side is going to be going in here. But I need to be able to feed this all the way through the other side, which it's shaped so it can only go in one way. But there you go. God, it does take some pushing. Once again, this time it does take all four of these screws. But I can already see one of the problems here is that by not having these magnetized, it's going to really make the time to get this done a lot more. So we've got one in there. If I put its opposite number over here, because I've got to try and line this one up, which means trying to push it back on itself like this, just so I can get that lined up to be able to get a screw in here, which I'm going to try and put in with my tweezers. Okay, and then we'll see if we can get this attached. Has to be an easier way to do this. I really am trying to loosen everything just so I can get this side in. Okay, I think I've just got it now. There we go. Right. God, that was hard. So we've got one side in. There you go. To screw that in, hopefully. Yes. Okay. That is in, and it is turning. So it's turning this whole thing here now. Oh my God, that was hard. Okay, we've done it. Right, I need part 80. Just looking what I've got in my box of tricks here. I haven't got a part 80, so it must be in the tray. Yeah, it is. It's here. Looks like we are going to be making some little bits in here. So, this longer one, this is basically going to be going all the way down here. And the hole faces forward. Yep, I've got the hole facing forward. Is that right? Or is it the other way around? I think it's that way around. Okay. So we've done that, but we don't do anything with that at the moment. I put that to one side. I've got to get out piece 79, which again is in the tray. I don't know what half of this stuff is, I'll tell you that now. And I need 142 and 149. So 142 is a shoulder bolt, which I'm guessing is that. And 149 is a washer, which I'm guessing is, they're all bearings. Stand by. A washer for the use of. I'm trying to get it out with me tweezers. That ain't happening. Oh my God. There you go. Right. So the way this goes, this is crazy. Right. We're going to have this going through the bottom here. A washer going on top. And then we've got some more blocks to put in, which are number 1, 3, 4. I'm just going to put this all the way through so it can't go anywhere just for a second. Well, I find these 1, 3, 4s. Right, these are kind of like, I don't know, they're like pulleys, I guess. So 1, 3, 4. 3 times 10 times 4. They've got to be talking about these things here. So these are bearings then. 1, 2. We need 2 of these. Because they're going to go in the gap of this section here. So let's try and get these in. So one's going in there. Bump. The other one's going to be going on top of it. Going to have to pull it out just a touch. Get that in. Bump. Then push it through both of them. That's good. And then we want another washer. Oh God. It's going to be one of these builds, isn't it? There's the other washer, which slides into the top, which means I need to pull that out just a touch and get that in. There we go. Wiggle that in so we've got everything in. I think we're good. Yep, everything's in. Now I'm screwing that tight. Again, I can use that screwdriver they gave us for this. And there you go. So basically we've got this bolt. Actually, that screwdriver's not working. I'll do it by hand for now. So we've got the bolt, a washer, 2 bearings and another washer. So it's come out the top just like that. That was 2 pages to do that. This part that I've already just worked on now, that's what this is going to go into. So this is going to slip D-shaped pattern into here, just like that. And then it's going to be held in with some bush screws, which look, they're called headless screws, but they, I've got a whole tray full of these things. They're these little things here. 1 and 2. And then what's going to happen is, once I get these into place on here, they're going to lock this into place. But I can tell you straight away now that I think this is a different size to the screwdriver they gave us. Let me just double check. Oh no, I think it will fit. Hang on. Yeah, they will fit. So let's get in one in here now. It's not the best tool I've been used for this thing. Okay. So that's in place. And then I need, if I can get this a bit tighter, part 111, which is in here, which looks like this crank, which is going to be going on this end, like that. And it just sits on there. So that's where we're up to with whatever this is. I don't even know what this is. It's still part of some sort of gear position, apparently. Now, the 2 things that we had before, which I've lost. Oh no, we've used all 4 of those. So wait a minute, we need 78 now. Which are in here somewhere. Stand by. Okay, that's these. That's these small ones here. These are going to go on now. And we're going to have 1 on each side. So we don't put bearings in these, interestingly. So one's going to go on there. And this one's going to go on this side. Just like that. But at the moment we don't mount that to anything. So that's just going to stay like that for the minute. Everything you see me touching here is metal. There's no plastic in this at all by the look of it. I then need this block, which is going to be this way round, upside down. And I need 2 pieces which are labelled as 77, which I'm guessing is going to be in here. Yep. Which we've actually got a free box now. Now these are going to be going on top here. So one there and one there. And again, held in with these annoying screws. I'd love to tell you what I'm actually building here. I've got absolutely no idea. Okay, so screw that all the way down. And then I need piece 4, which is this. Ah, look at this. This is like the battery section here with all the writing on it. So it's going to be that way round. And this is going to be going on top like that. But it's held in from the other side with these screws again. Oh, wait a minute. We've got 2 different kinds of screws here. So we've got 137 now. Is that? Where's 136 is those ones? Right, I must remember we've got 2 different kinds of screws in this build. Anyway, this is going to have 4 of these going in. And then I think we're putting the control panel in. So what we're actually building at the moment, we're doing bits and pieces. So we've done a bit of the steering. We've done a bit of the gear system. And we're doing a bit of the electrics now as well. It's kind of like all over the place. Let's see if I can get this one in. It's standing up straight. You know what I should be doing here? I should be using my wow stick, shouldn't I? Stand by. Let me just see if I've got power in that. Let's just see if using a wow stick is a better option here. You just know it's going to be, don't you? I'm looking at the screws. I need... Let's try that, perhaps. Just going to see which one fits the best. Not that one. That one. That's the one. Okay. Let's see if this is going to make a difference. So I'll put that in there. Oops. The torque it's got such a lot of torque in it. It does make things a little bit easier, I have to say, but not too much. So that goes in like that. But now in the next stage of this, you're going to see where I've got from that. Obviously, we ended with this part here, and since then, I've actually created the seat. But you will see that in the next video because I did do that on the members channel as well. I think what I am going to do is I am actually going to do this on the members channel where they get to see all my mistakes, cursing, swearing, that sort of thing. And then I'll edit it down with all the other cameras going on so the community can see it. So it's the edited, non-restricted version. It's the PG version, if you like. But really good model. Once again, if you want to get this for yourself, it is in the video description, and I really hope you liked that video. If you did, please remember to give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed already, please remember to subscribe. Other than that, take care.